Happy Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday is here. I am Shamil Jackson, the host of Fat Tuesday. Forget All That Tuesdays, where I share words of wisdom from my book, Girl, Forget All That, Moving Forward After a Relationship Ends. Now, I know it's Fat Tuesday, but tonight is a little bit different. It's W.A.I.T Tonight. All right? So, not only am I the author of Girl, Forget All That, I'm also the author of W.A.I.T, Women in Intimate Tales, where me and other women share stories about how we define sex and why we chose to wait, if we waited, and why we wish why some choose to wait, and why they, what they wish they have done differently. And so, that's what this is about. 11 women, being very transparent. This is my first book. It was published September the 29th, 2016. So it is almost 8 years old. And on a little over a month, it'll be 8 years old. And so that's what we're going to come from tonight. You probably saying, Shamir, why are you talking about weight? This is supposed to be Fat Tuesday. Let me tell you why. Because last week's live, I realized, wait a minute. Well, I forgot that I talk about breakups in this book too. It wasn't the main topic, but I talk about 2 breakups in this book because it was part of my celibacy journey. In fact, the introduction to the book is called Celibacy and Me. So I walk you through parts of my relationships that relate to celibacy, or if you want to call it abstinence. You will hear those terms used at different times, different points from different people. And so that's why we bring it W.A.I.T tonight, and just to kind of like get a refresher, just to read something different. I always reread my books during different times of the year. And I said, okay, let me dig back into this book. And I always get a kick out of rereading my books, especially this one, because it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I haven't, I think when I first started this, when I did this book, I did not do, lives. I have a certain day where I read part of the book and talk about it. I did not do that. So that may be something I may look into in the future. But like I said, I will get back to talking about this book and abstinence, actually more so next year. So right now we doing GFAT, Girl, Forget All That. So y'all, I've been tripping all day about this live tonight, because just reading the story that I'm gonna read tonight, well, not the whole story, but a snippet, it's just getting new revelations about it, But don't forget, I do have a journal bundle for Girl, Forget All That, with the journal and the Girl, Forget All That pen, which I forgot to bring with me. I was so excited about bringing my purple pen to match my first book. I forgot my Girl, Forget All That pen. But you can get this, and a pen is available on my website. Or if you have none of the things, you might want to get the book bundle, which you get the book, the journal, and the pen, which is available for $50 on my website. The link is in my bio. To get all those things. And if you want to sign up for my email list, you get chapter 1 free for Girl, Forget All That. All right, so I think those one more announcement. Yesterday was Music Monday, so make sure you go and catch that post, and feel free to comment on the song if you heard of it, or you have a favorite part in the song. Let me know. Chime in on Music Monday. Music was a big part of my healing journey, especially in the second situation I talk about in the book, Girl, Forget All That. So, Music Monday. I think I'm putting a twist to Music Monday. Well, not every Music Monday, but I think I want to do a twist on one Music Monday a month. But we will see, because I find myself talking about songs on Fat Tuesday, and I'm like, because when you listen to a song over and over in different seasons, you hear different stuff. But there was an R&B song I heard earlier today. It was some lyrics I didn't know was in there. It's an old song, and the lyrics was fit this season, and so I kind of got so excited that I got to write that down. Also, before we get into the W.A.I.T story, I was listening to this. This is a Forget All That moment, actually, or situation. I don't know if you're familiar with, hey y'all, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry. E Jizzle and LA Millionaire. And if you're tuning into the replay, hello. I was watching, like yesterday I found out that Tyrese is going to be on the Breakfast Club today. And I don't know if Tyrese is a singer, R&B singer, and the Breakfast Club interviewed celebrities. So he did an interview today, and it was about an hour long. I was thinking it's gonna be like 30 minutes, but I was like, I was telling someone I'm tuning into that tomorrow, plan to tune in. And I'm glad I did. Now, what stuck out to me was he talked a lot about his divorce and how he felt about the divorce. Now, I have never been through a divorce, but there are a lot of coaches that talk about breakups and divorces because you go through grief through both of them, especially if the relationship was very lengthy, or it's just the dynamics of the relationship. Breakups can be hard. And so, but he just talked about his feelings and grief and going through that, and he has an album coming out. Now, I'm not saying go get the album. Apparently it's a baby making album, so so you just go with that. It's a baby making album, so take that for what it is. But I think, it was just interesting conversation he had. Now, that wasn't the main topic of the interview, but of course I was tuned into that part because it's relevant to what I'm talking about here. So, and I'm thinking about rewatching the interview and doing a video on it for next week's Fat Tuesday, just to kind of like pull some points from what he made, and give my take on it and thoughts on it and apply it to my life, if it was different or similar or things like that. So, anywho, that is that. Now Tyrese did use a few. He did use some profanity, so it kind of shocked me though. I didn't think that he would, but I don't know if I ever saw him in an interview like that. I just used to listen to him sing. So so that was that. I just want to, because I've had one male on my live here talk about a breakup, but people, like he said, he said check on the man too when they go through a divorce, when they go through a breakup. If the woman loses a child, it's not just the woman who is going through things. And so that's true, because if you read my book, I have experienced someone who went through a divorce. Like, I had an encounter with someone who went through a divorce and what that was like, because they were not healed from the divorce. And it was wild. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about weights, women, and intimate sales. And just to give since I'm not going to read the whole story about this situation, I'm trying to pinpoint the part about the breakup. This is a little background information. This is my second boyfriend. This is in 2009. And we were in a long distance relationship. I think it's so funny because my last relationship was a long distance relationship. This relationship was a long distance relationship. The first relationship I ever had right after high school was a long distance, only because I went away to school. And then, what is this about this long distance? No. So, long distance. So I was going to visit him Labor Day weekend. Labor Day is coming up. So I was visiting him the Labor Day weekend. And ironically, he was a virgin as well. So, and I thought that he was a little more reserved, little bit more reserved than my first boyfriend. But things change. When I made my first, now I'm reading from the book on page 9 of Weight, Women, Intimate Sales. So if you have the book, go to page 9. If you don't, go link in my bio, and then or you can get it on Amazon, because people are still checking out the weight. So things changed when I made my first out-of-town visit to see him. I immediately knew I wanted to get a hotel for myself, and it's in a different print in the book. Myself, keyword myself. The keyword here is myself. It's in bold. I kept telling my boyfriend that I was getting a hotel for myself. He insisted that I stay with him. Okay, let me stop there. So this is my first time. I think, this is my early 20s, y'all. This is my first time going to see a guy out of town. So it's all new to me. And here I am, a virgin, still on the way to marriage. I do not want to be in the same room with you, because that's too much. This is my first time out of town, and then it's so many, it's so, you can only put so much in a book. So I laughed to my friend earlier this week or last week. I said, there are so many other details that I could add to what you read in the book. So that's why the lives are important. When I do in-person events, it's important because you're going to get more details about the content. So anyway, back to this. So this is my first time out of town. So I'm getting my own hotel. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So anyway, sidebar to this story. Before I went on the trip, one of my friends asked me if I needed some condoms. I asked her, why do I need condoms if I'm not going to have sex? I almost got offended, but I knew she was trying to look out for me in her own way. So I almost got offended because I'm like, I know people say they don't plan on doing anything, but I know for a fact I am not. So if I have the condoms, that's going to give me, that's saying that I plan to do something. But I knew for a fact I was going to go to a virgin. I was going to leave a virgin. So I didn't need the condoms. And so, and we hadn't really talked. First of all, so that's so much before we got to this point. Me and him had never talked about being active. So that was not even in my mind to do that. I just didn't want to be in the house spending the night because I didn't want to do all the things except that on this trip. So anyway, that's the sidebar. So this is why I tripped myself out on what happens next. Well, after my boyfriend and I spent the day together, we headed to my hotel that night. It started off as a night of watching television and talking, but it soon led to foreplay. Eventually, I stopped him and told him I wanted him to leave before it got too late. We got into a big argument because he didn't want to drive back to his place, which was far away. He ended up staying the night, but we slept with our backs to each other. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. I wanted to stop there, but I'm going to keep reading. The next morning was a bit awkward, but we were nice to each other. I left home around noon and thought about the events of the night before the whole drive home. I even told some of my friends about it. After thinking about it more and more, I became enraged and told him he should give me half the money I spent on the hotel because he stayed the night with me. Of course he thought I was crazy. 2 days later, he told me we should break up. Then I asked why. He told me think about it and call me back. Well, I never guessed the reason, he never told me. The next thing I remember was sending him an email telling him how I felt about him. Y'all, these emails. Listen, if you read both of these books, you'll be like, that girl, she could write an email. And I can. Because I don't even know why. I guess, I don't know if I called him. I don't remember if I called him. Why did I have to send an email? I have no idea. I'll be right. I could write all my feelings out. And so, anyway, all of this happened. I put a little note in there. I said, all of this happened a couple of days before my birthday. I wonder if I still got this email, y'all. This is back in my Yahoo days. I might still have the email. I don't recall him ever responding back. It's been 7 years since that happened. I still haven't heard from him. I got rid of everything I owned that reminded me of him. Yeah, I still ain't heard from him. Now, of course, in this age of social media, that I ain't even gonna lie to you. I went on Facebook to see, okay, what he doing now? So I've seen some things. And, but yeah, I have not seen him, talked to him. This is 2019, so this is 15 years ago. 15 years ago. So let me go back to page 9 when I was talking about, I stopped him. So we did, where it was foreplay. So I stopped him. And in looking back, the hotel was really far away. Because he stayed near Jackson, Mississippi. And so it was hard to get a hotel close to where he was. So just looking back, I shouldn't have made him go all the way. I think I should have been a little bit more flexible. But, in my mind, I'm like, no, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go for it. Well, like I said, I didn't bring nothing with me to say if something do happen. I didn't bring nothing. And I wasn't prepared for something like that to happen. Of course, I can still prepare. I don't have to be. I still can get all the things I need if that was to happen. But anyway, I just was not thinking that. So, but I was like, I want my money back. Like, this hotel was for me. This hotel's for me, not for me and you. I need you to get my money back. I'm drove down here and got me a hotel. No, I'm gonna need you to give me half my money back. So that's what I was thinking. But looking back, probably, you know what? Going back, I probably did the same thing. That Chevelle would have did the same thing probably. I don't think it would have been no different. But I think what should have probably happened is we had the conversation. He just thought I was playing. Apparently, I don't really know. The dude didn't even call back to tell me why we broke up. To this day, I still don't know why we broke up. But I'm going to tell you how I handle him not providing the closure to that relationship or whatever. So I don't remember why I don't know why I didn't put this detail in here, but it was at church, and I don't know if it was the same year or a year later. I really don't have no idea. All I know is one Sunday the pastor had women go down to the altar that had been hurt by their dad, another man, and there at the altar there were men of the church down there, and you had to pretend that man was whoever was a man that hurt you. So I went down there and just poured out why I was so hurt by. I don't know who the man was. I don't remember for the life of me who I talked to, but I remember going down there just saying I was hurt. He didn't even say why we wanted to break up. That was hurtful. It's one thing to reject a person, but not even tell them why you reject them. Like, you used to Jobs doing that. Well, Jobs usually give a generic answer. But this is a human being. And you tell me, think about it and call me back. Did I call him back? I don't even remember, y'all. I wish Lord, bring it back to remembrance, because I didn't write about it, because I don't know what happened. I just know I sent the email. That's what I did. I don't know if I called back, but I sent the email. I remember sending the email, and I'm gonna look through my email to see if I still have it. That, like I said, that's 15 years ago. But I still have emails from when I started this book right here, so I may still have it. But yeah, so that was the closure, ladies. Sometimes men or people will not give us the closure that we are seeking, and we have to accept whatever the closure we're gonna get with the help of God. Because I talked about closure in Girl Forget All That. The closure I got from the second situation, I didn't see that closing that way. That was devastating. But I surrender is what I did. I surrendered to God. Okay, God, I cannot control. This man is dead. I can't talk to him to get any kind of nothing. So you have to provide the closure for me. And that's just pretty much what he did. Guided me in a way to close that. Guided me in the way that he wanted me to get closure from that situation. And it was hard then, but just looking back, I was like, this is crazy. I think that probably would hurt the most. Like, this person died within 24 hours of our last conversation. And I don't really know what was going on. Like, it's devastating. But this young man is alive and well. Do you hear me? Alive and well. We're about the same age. And I just like, even at 20-something, you should know if you don't like somebody, you tell them why. Or if you breaking up with somebody, you just say what it is. That's just common sense. It's not about. Apparently, he wasn't mature enough. And I just think it's interesting. We're from the same city, like. Oh no, yeah, this person physically died. I talk about that in the book, how that all played out. Yep. So, yeah, it's quite a twist in that situation, a real life twist. But yeah, this young man is. He old enough to know, okay, we 15, you could have just said, girl, I don't like you, I don't be with you because of this, and let it go. Like, maybe I should though, but if I don't know, I'm gonna need you to tell me. But anyway, it's one thing that irks me is not having closure. But like I said, I had to let him know, at least if he was gonna tell me the answer, you gonna know how I feel. I'm gonna provide closure. One thing Shabelle gonna do is provide closure to the situation. Like I'm not, and I said this the other day. I said I have discounted myself because one thing I would have done is like if I say okay this is not working out, I have given a reason why this isn't working out. So and yeah. That's pretty much it. That's how I close it out. Like I said, let the Lord. And now, will I ever see him again? I have no idea. I just haven't seen him in 15 years. 15 years. Yeah, Labor Day weekend it'll be 15 years now that I think about it. Met that person through a mutual friend. I don't necessarily think he was a bad guy. I just don't know. Oh, you tripped about because I asked my money back? Have my money back? Y'all really laughing at me because just that whole situation was crazy. But it's different now. I am dating is different now. Then I was 23, about to be 24. Yeah, 23, about to be 24, and yeah. And then, y'all, here's a side story. I got laid off that year from my job, and it was on his birthday. I was like, how in the world, Lord, I'm gonna get laid off on this young man's birthday? And we had broken up, but of course I remember his birthday. But anyway, that's W.A.I.T. So yeah, you want more of that story? Again, you can purchase this book. I do have a bookmark that goes with this book too, but I didn't bring it with me. But this is the girl. Get all that bookmark. But yeah, W.A.I.T Tonight, and that's the introduction to that. And I think after that breakup, I didn't have my next boyfriend until 2014. That's where this comes in. So you talking about 5 years later. But yeah, I did. So what did I do during the meantime? I went to graduate school, focused on graduate school. I developed my relationship with God and found my purpose in life. There was no greater feeling than accomplishing those goals. Yep, that's what I did after that breakup, and I didn't have enough. And that time went by so fast. 5 years later, I got into singles. I mean, I just did a lot of stuff. Time flies when you really living your life intentionally. But anyway, I am done. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight or on the replay. I will not be live next week. If something changes, I'll let you guys know. But I plan to do a pre-recorded video. Like I said, I'm going to look into that Tyrese interview again, just to kind of jot down some things that he said and kind of like go from there. As far as just talking about breakups in general, and then add some of my own experience and strategies that I use. Again, link in the bio for my website to join my email list. Purchase both of those books. You can get them on Amazon as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to talking more. You know, I'm see. There's 2 breakups I talk about here. I may go to the first one too. I don't know. I think I'm trying to see if I would wait until talk about more about this in September, which is the anniversary of this book. Anywho, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.